there, Ginger Roses. Welcome back to the YouTube. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the creepiest school rules from all around the world. Now, throughout this video, these school rules just get weirder and weirder. So make sure you stick around to the end to find out what the weirdest rule is and where it's from. Is it from the UK? Maybe. Before we start, guys, I just want to show you this little statistic, right? Of all the people that watch our videos, 84.1% of you are not subscribed. Only 15.9% of you are. That is terrible. So if you're watching this video and I make you laugh and you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Right, let's get into it. In Japan, no dating is allowed. Romantic relationships are seen as a distraction from classwork. First of all, that is ridiculous, but I can kind of see where they're coming from. Because I remember when I was in school, like, there was so many people that all they would talk about is relationships. Who's going out with who? Who's breaking up with who? But I suppose that is also part of growing up, so it seems a bit stupid that they would ban it. In Russia, there is censored history, so they're trying to stop Russian kids learning about Ukraine. Allegedly, Russian school books have removed references to Ukraine. They really are just trying to block Ukraine out. That is pretty scary. In France, you are not allowed to wear religious clothes. Religion and school have been kept separate since 1882. Yeah, so if you're religious and you had to wear, is it called a hijab? You wouldn't be allowed to wear one of those to a French school. That is crazy. In Belarus, no left-handed writing. That is bad for me because I am left-handed. That seems like a stupid rule to me because if you got me to try and write right-handed, you would not be able to understand anything. I mean, to be fair, you can't understand anything when I write with my left hand anyway. This weird rule is because guns and war equipment are made for right-handers. That is very weird. In South Korea, you have to sit according to your height. Shorter kids sit at the front, which actually makes sense. Well, that does. I've never heard of that before. Yeah, that does make sense. We always do that in a photo when the school photographer comes in. He puts the taller kids at the back and he puts the shorter kids at the front. It makes so much sense. In Taiwan, boys can't stand close to girls. Can't stand close to them. They just keep them separate entirely. Kids of different sex must maintain a distance of 50 centimeters at all times. It's like they're allergic to each other or something. Why do they keep them apart? Is it something to do with distractions? That's normally what these rules are in place for. Distractions. In Kenya, your hair must be shaved. Some schools require all students to shave their hair to avoid distraction. There you go. Why would having long hair be a distraction? Is it so like because you could twirl it in class? I don't know. In South Africa, Jesus is mandatory. In some schools, children are shocked to learn that some people don't believe in Jesus. So in France, they just ban religion altogether. Whereas in South Africa, you have to. You have to believe in it. Doesn't get any more opposite than that. In the US, there is enforced dancing. A school in Utah forbids girls from turning down boys who ask them to dance. It forbids them from saying no. Oh my God. Why? What if you really hate the person you have to dance with? I really don't understand these rules. Some of these school rules really just are the most random, stupid things. In some schools in England, there are actually slang bans. Children are not allowed to use words like in it, nor end sentences with yeah. You can't end sentences with yeah. Is yeah a slang word? Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I've never been to a school. Just leave it at that. I've never been to a school where they ban slang. I've never heard of one either, but apparently they do exist. In Ukraine, you are forced to do push-ups. What, just as a rule? You're just forced to do push-ups. And not just for gym class, this was meant to deter bad behavior in general. Oh, okay. More of a punishment, really. Wow, crazy. Don't forget, guys, these just get weirder and weirder. China have their own poop schedule. The whole day is scheduled in some schools, including bowel movements. So you might have a poo at 1 o'clock. Wee time at 10 a.m. That's so weird and stupid at the same time because everybody has different bowel movements. What if you've got IBS? Do they think about that? In Nigeria, it is a rule to eat dropped food off of the floor. Rather than making the janitor mop it up, this was meant to make kids more careful. I thought it was going to be something to do with like waste or something. That's if I dropped food on the floor, I would not be eating it. In Germany, there are no crucifixes. The religious symbol was deemed violation of religious and educational freedoms. Oh my God. That's so intense. For a period of time in Scotland, Happy Birthday was banned. Authorities worried that singing the traditional song would spread COVID. Oh yes, COVID, where no fun was allowed ever. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is actually a law as well, but in North Korea, you have to join the army. Military service is mandatory for all men in the country. That is absolutely insane. In fact, you have to go into the army. I think it's for like 10 years as well. I would not want to do that. I bet a lot of them wouldn't want to do it either. In Argentina, shaking hands is compulsory. A slight nod is also required to show respect. Just a little I mean, that's kind of nice. It's kind of, what do you call it? How would I describe that? Smart? That's very grown up. Let's just leave it at that. It's a very grown-up rule. So do you have to do that to all of your friends when you come into school? Just shake everybody's hands. How do you do? In Colombia, no yoga. Ban was going to be overturned, but authorities stalled. What were they so against yoga? Yoga's great. Just makes you feel so good afterwards, but it's such a random and good thing to just stop. In Mexico, you could be locked in a haunted closet. A great way to traumatize a kid for life. It's not really a rule though, is it? It's a rule that all kids must be traumatized. In Benin, I don't know how to pronounce this. Benin? Benin. No Harry Potter. The association with witchcraft saw the books banned in many places. What's wrong? It's just so stupid, isn't it? When you really think about it. I just love the thought that there's like governments having meetings about this. Absolutely not. We cannot allow Harry Potter to be in our country, especially not in our schools. Otherwise, our children are going to grow up to be witches. Witches and wizards. In Wales, no drinking water. Oh, this is just so stupid. The head teacher felt that drinking water in class was a distraction. Well, does he know that actually probably helps brain function? Stupid teacher. In the USA, you're not allowed to identify as an animal. You know what? That's the first rule I'm actually going to applaud. Well done, USA. A Florida school reacted to the urban myth about cat litter in school by banning furries. Well done. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. What a great rule. By the way, guys, make sure you carry on watching because these rules just keep getting weirder and weirder. In the UK, you're not allowed technology even at home. A London private school does not even allow TV or phones during holidays. How are they gonna enforce that? Unless it's a boarding school. Oh my god, can you imagine? That would be so shit. Oh god, I would just move school. You'd move school at that point, wouldn't you? In Indonesia, you still get punishment by caning. Many countries still allow physical punishment of children. Yeah, too right. That'd be so weird, wouldn't it? It'd be so weird if punishment by the cane was still a thing. It just wouldn't happen in a UK school. Apparently, in Thailand, it is a rule that teachers have to stamp on your toes. Physically hitting children is illegal in most countries. I'm not sure if that's a rule or a punishment, but either way, I would not want my teacher, especially some of the fat ones, stamping on my toes. In Palau, no idea if I've pronounced that right, no long nails unless you're a guitarist. Even guitarists are only ever allowed long nails on their strumming hand. So they can have really long nails on one hand and then they have to have short nails on the other. That's so... why? Why the hell would teachers care whether the students had long nails or not? I can't believe this. In Australia, no gingers. A naturally auburn-haired girl was made to dye her hair a more natural colour. Well, let me tell you, Australia, doesn't get any more natural than this. That is actually insane. That's racism. No gingers. That is funny. I've never heard of that before. Canada put a ban on skipping ropes. This rule is to protect kids from injury. To be fair, they can be lethal. If you try and do like a double under and it clips your shin, it's the most painful thing. It's almost as painful as a scooter hitting your shin. In Singapore, you can get punched by the head teacher. This was done to a student after they got a tattoo. Punched by the head teacher. Oh my god. Imagine your friend's misbehaving and all of a sudden the teacher comes up and just fuck. Bop! Just get absolutely smashed up. This is the worst rule ever. In Peru, no fun. You're not allowed to have any fun. It's just a ban on all things to do with fun. A school claims to have ended bullying by forcing kids to play chess at break time. What if you have fun playing chess? You're going to take the chessboard away too? That's just the stupidest rule ever. That's just how you make learning in school the worst thing in the world. In the USA, no maths books allowed. A Florida school banned more than 50 maths books for being too woke. Okay, so it's not just they hate the subject maths, so they're not going to teach it to their kids. More to do with the books themselves. In Myanmar, you are forced to stand in the sun. Myanmar summers can often reach up to 44 degrees centigrade. That is bad for the gingers. In Brazil, there is a ban on dancing. Dance-offs in the hallways resulted in this school banning dancing. Dance-offs in the hallways. Oh my god. To be fair, if there were kids having a dance-off in the hallway, what's wrong with that? That's just kids having fun. I forget schools don't want fun to be a thing, do they? In New Zealand, there is no Pokemon. This bizarre widespread ban was because the franchise was laced with occult references. Oh my god. Every school is different, isn't it? Like, they just all have a ban on something random and stupid. It's normally to do with something specific that's happened in the school, and the teacher's gone, right, we have to ban it altogether. No fun. No singing in Afghanistan. Girls over the age of 12 are not allowed to sing in public in the presence of men. Remind me never to go to Afghanistan, guys. What, specifically in the presence of men? All the men just go, oh, God. Does that go old enough to be singing? In Ghana, Halloween is banned. A school suggested kids could wear a hat instead of a costume. Yeah, what a great suggestion from the school. They just suck the fun out of everything, don't they? They just suck it. They suck it out. In India, kneeling as punishment. Oh, that's another one. Countries love getting kids to kneel on things. That's what I've learned making these videos. Kids have to kneel outside the principal's office until they realize someone is there. Oh my God. Are they allowed to, like, speak? Or do they have to literally just stay knelt in silence outside the door? That's so stupid. In Iran, there is a gender split. So all schools in Iran are either all boy or all girl schools. So we do have those in the UK, but it's definitely not every school. That's interesting. Interesting approach, Iran. In some schools in the USA, the kids make the rules. Brooklyn Free School has no tests or grades. The students decide what to do, even nap. And how do they get on in school? I'd really love to know. Do they do well in school? Do they do shit in school? That's like the opposite. That's like injecting fun into the school. Why couldn't I have gone to that school? That sounds amazing. In Georgia, you have to wear a cone of shame. The logic was that if you behave like an animal, you'll get treated like one. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. That would be so funny to see your friend wearing a cone of shame, wouldn't it, if they were misbehaving. In schools in Norway, you must play outside. Norwegian kids must play outside unless temperatures hit minus 15 degrees C. Minus 14 degrees C, they go, no, you stay outside. It's fine. I don't care if you're naked. That's the school rules. In one school in the US, there are no sad faces allowed. Has this school ever heard of depression? Smiling is compulsory in hallways in a Pennsylvanian school. Smiling is compulsory. As soon as you walk inside, you have to go from this. Oh God, that sounds so forced and just shit. In Sri Lanka, no peeing allowed. You need to hold it until you were dismissed from class. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a lot of schools, to be honest. That was definitely the case in my school. In Malaysia, there is restricted fruit. Durian fruit is banned in many places because it smells like someone farted in a sewer. Basically smells like Henry. Yeah, fair enough. I want to see this durian fruit. This guy's really not enjoying this. Wow, it looks really weird. I want to smell it. Is it weird that I want to smell it? And finally, we have made it to the last one, guys. In Nepal, no growing nails. Nails must be short and must not be painted. It's weird that some countries are so particular over their students' nails. Like, why do they care about nails? Is it because they can be used as weapons? Some schools ban knives. Others just make you cut your nails before you go into school. Watching these videos, it never fails to amaze me just actually how weird the world is, and also how different countries are and what they seem to prioritize. On one end, you've got schools just allowing kids to do whatever they want and make their own rules. And then on the other end, schools don't allow fun. Just no fun. And then somewhere in the middle, you got no gingers allowed. What a fucked up system. Actually, thinking about it now, that means I wouldn't have had to go to school. Or would it mean I just had to dye my hair? Probably would have. I don't know, some bollocks like that. Before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe. Help support this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I made you laugh. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Oi! Subscribe!
Oh God, please subscribe! Subscribe!
Subscribe! Subscribe!